With Italian ices or sorbets, it doesn't have to be water. It can be just straight juice. It could be apple juices, apple cider, mango juices, pineapple juices, it doesn't matter. It never has to be a water, so again, we're doing all natural, minus whatever Welch's puts in theirs, and doing real ingredients. Okay, so we need to have 2 quarts of this and 2 quarts of this. This is going to be a little shy, so just this whole thing here, and pour it in here. There you go. Up until we hit 4 quarts, this line. So a little trick of keeping your container facing out is as you're pouring, you can watch your gradient line here. If you had it this way, you'll be staying like this trying to pour your stuff. And then you're just going to pour it in there. Get you a spatula. Then you can just stir it. When you work with any type of sugar, whether it's an allulose or a regular type of sugar, you don't have to mix it pre-hand and you don't have to fully dissolve it. I like to get it wet first before going into the machine because trying to pour dry sugar down a throat, it can get stucky and just stuff like that. Plus, sugar acts like sandpaper on your blades. You will not hurt your machine, you won't hurt the blades, it just will decrease the value of the life of your blades because it does act like sandpaper. But I'm talking it's very small, it's minimal, so it's not much. However, if that's all you make is Italian ice, you'll notice the Italian ice makers will go through their blades a lot faster than just ice cream makers will. That's good. Okay. You can just lay it here, that'll be okay. See how much over. That's okay. Okay, so you're going to take this. And you're going to pour it in there. Again, just squishing the bag. This is mango chunks and pineapple chunks. So it's a little more than 4 quarts, and then we're going to add this and make it a lot of volume in there. But we're going to run it and see what happens, and if anything, we can just expel a little bit of it. But how much expansion do you think that this Italian ice or sorbet is going to make? Very good. You guys are smart. So Italian ice doesn't have any expansion because there's no fat. So fat equals expansion. Sugar, water, fruit, stick it in the bowl, whisk it all day long. It's not going to do anything. It's still going to be sugar, water, fruit. Do that same thing with heavy cream. It's going to turn into its own whipping cream because there's a fat content to it. So we can run this as fast, as slow as we want. It's not going to expand, but just kind of like if you stuck a water bottle in the freezer, it'll expand to freeze. Same thing, so maybe 17, 20%, but that's just because it's expanding to freeze, not because there's a fat content. All right, so you can open that. Open this one too.
These probably don't take as long to freeze either. These probably don't run as long.
This one can because it's sugar, 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 and sugar.
Okay.
Probably your gloves. They're always not fun to work with. So let's get her started first. Oh yeah, this one's not open yet. There we go. So touch the screen. The top one. So you have to find Italian ice, which would be on the next page. So hit more recipes. Italian ice, the top one. Yep. And start. All right, and then you can just pour it right in there. I'll swap you. Okay, I'll take it. And then you're ready to turn on your refrigeration right here. Yep. That's it. And then right here, it's going to start your timer so you can see how long the freeze time is going to take. You wash my hands. So with the CB350, you can still hang out with me up here. That's okay. I'll clean it up after everybody's gone. With the CB350, it is a smaller cylinder. You guys will be able to see that at the end. So we'll do the factory tour and then we'll come back and then we'll go over all of that stuff too. If you want to stay, if you need to go, that's okay too. But it is a smaller cylinder, so your playroom isn't as much as it would be with the 24 quart. So as we talked earlier, if you're adding the one bladder of 10 quarts, we still got plenty of room to go add 4 whole packages, the family size ones of Oreos if we wanted to, or that whole gallon container of pound cake, or that birthday cake into the machine. This small cylinder here, so whenever you work with any types of product, you have to keep in mind of your volume ratio so you're not overfilling the machine. With Italian ices, it's really not going to matter too much. We'll just keep an eye on it. If it gets a little much, we'll just expel some of it, and then it'll start freezing up super fast because it's got room now to freeze. But overfilling a machine can also affect your freeze times too, which you as an ice cream maker will learn that very, very fast. I'll show you the little CB200 while that's going. It is tiny. This is a great little guy for if you have looking for like menu expansion, restaurants, hotels, pizzerias. You're looking for anything that's just trying to add on to a menu, or those places where they charge you like $12 a scoop of ice cream. So as you can see, he's an itty bitty little guy, very tiny, small but mighty. I do a lot of R&D with this in my kitchen, and I have a lot of friends that I did not know I had. So all of our batch freezers are a spring-loaded concept. Again, we'll go over those things. So they have little arms that stick out with a spring and then a blade. This is all that it is. Everything is dishwasher safe for every single one of our machines, the doors and the dashers. If you have a dishwasher that can fit that dasher, that's pretty, I'd be impressed with that. So while these products are in the machine, so this right here, so it's probably full about right here. There's no fill line, there's no, go to look into it, now it's at the fill, there's none of that. So it's a measured amount that you put into the machine. Like a 10 quart bladder, you have 3.5 to 4 quarts, and this one's only 2 quarts. So an example, you put in your liquid mix, so I put in 1 quart of mango juice, 1 quart of pineapple juice. That's only giving me this much more space of playroom to add any inclusions into it. I love the CB200, and she doesn't get enough attention. So you can see in here, it's still very slushy, you can see. I will talk about this too. So this is a stand that we have for purchase with the CB350. If you do purchase this, just make sure whatever the CB350, make sure whatever you put it on can withhold up to 300 pounds. Another thing to keep in mind is the counter space. If you were to put that CB350 up here on a normal counter, which some do, I can't see in it now. I can't look in it. I can't add stuff in it. So also keep that in mind if you're building out a space. keep your counter lower so that way you as an ice cream maker and whoever else is going to be helping you can be able to see into the machine. The stand that we do offer, it has the casters with it and the hardware to bolt the machine to the stand. So it comes with everything. It's already assembled. You just got to put the CB350 on the stand, bolt her down, and then you can wheel her anywhere you need to go. Anybody doing like a commercial kitchen, commissary, going to be working out of that?
Maybe a church.
A church?
Yeah.
So purchasing a stand like that with the wheels, that's good too. There's also this option here. I'll bring it to the camera view. So something like this as well, as long as it can hold 300 pounds. There are holes in the bottom of the CB350 feet. So if you did find something else, it's still mountable that way if you wanted to do that. So we're at 5.5 minutes. It's still pretty sloshy. But it's still pretty, oh, I just got spit on. But it's getting there. We have a lot of sugar. You wanted to come look? Oh. Any questions so far? Yes?
I recommend put this machine in a restaurant kitchen.
The 24 quart?
Yeah.
So you asked to recommend put it in a restaurant kitchen. Absolutely.
Does it absorb the smell of the other food?
Does it absorb the smell of the other food? No. So the 24 quart, I would always recommend a water-cooled version. The water-cooled produces no heat. So you can back it up against a wall, shove it in a corner, put it in a basement, and it's not going to produce any heat in your kitchen. The CB350 only comes in air-cooled. It'll get kind of stuffy where you're at. Just keep the good ambient temperature and keep it cooler in the room, and you won't have too hot. The big guys, if you go air-cooled, I don't recommend that. It pumps out about 18,000 BTUs. It's going to make your area hot real fast. Plus, you have to have ample airspace all around the machine, so sticking with a water-cooled is the best. There's no plumbing involved. It's just a water supply to the machine and then a drain. We have our drain right here that's just hanging on the 3-bay sink with a little S-hook. It's not a big, huge, gushing amount coming out. It's just a little tiny, steady stream. The supply and the drain can be 100 feet away, up a wall, round a corner. It does not matter. As long as the machine just gets a good supply and a good drain, you're good to go.
Are those tubes included with the machine?
Say that again?
Are those tubes included with the machine?
So are the hoses included with the machine. So we provide up to 6 foot for you, and then after that, if you need it longer, they're just standard washing machine hoses, so you can go to Home Depot or Lowe's and pick them up longer if you need it. So it got a lot thicker. Yeah. Looks good. So we will put it in these. So these are quarts. We can leave it there for now. So I anticipate 6 or close to 6. Filling pints and containers from the machines. It's much easier to fill pints and quarts in small containers from a CB350 versus a 24 quart. I do not recommend going straight from the machine on a 24 quart, anything smaller than a quart. Anything smaller than that, you're going to struggle, and it's not going to be a good consistency throughout your entire pints if you go smaller. Reason is because it's going to take you a while. So you have 6 gallons of product trying to come out. And the longer it's in there, that dasher's spinning. It's incorporating air into your product. So your first set of pints will be on par, right? The last half of your pints are going to be very fluffy, very airy, because it's been in there just staying churned and getting fluffed over it over and over. So it's good to extract it all at once, or if you're super fast in the quarts, go for it. I usually pull that little wheelie table up, I line all my quarts there, and then I just boom, boom, boom myself, which you can easily do as well unless you're adding like inclusions or some toppings like that. Another practice is they extract it all at once, harden it for 18, 22 minutes, their preference, pull it back out, and then hand scoop into their containers. Another trick, I wouldn't do it with clear because customers can see through that. But on the wax-lined pints, you don't need a pint sealing machine. Just freeze it upside down. So air, again, is ice cream's worst enemy. And if you ever opened up a Haagen-Dazs and it just like peels off the top of the ice cream, or Ben & Jerry's, they still do this practice. They freeze all of their pints upside down. So if you go and look at their production facility, all of these pints are coming down on those hooks upside down. So it's creating its own natural seal. So if you have pints and you're pulling them out in there, take them, freeze them upside down like that. It's going to create that beautiful little seal that you're used to seeing from a grocery store. So let me get you a clean one. So you want to do the cutoff check. So you're just going to open, close pretty fast. Hold it up here. So it's a really pretty yellow. So it's a little thin for me, so we're going to wait a little bit. Now with this Italian ice, again, it's something you want to freeze super fast, otherwise it's going to look like that angry cider where it's going to start to separate and sit on the bottom. If we were to take this and set it out on the counter, it's probably going to start happening within a matter of like 30 minutes. Any questions?
Do you have any idea to put an 8 and 16-ounce container fast?
How to put 8 and 16-ounce containers fast. I would recommend a pint filling machine for that. So there's a company called Sorbet Automation. It's on the key supplier list that's in your packet, SAWVEL. It's for also barbecue sauces, things like that. It's just a hopper and you put your ice cream in it and it has the containers, or you'll get the containers and it'll fill those pretty quickly. That's what I would recommend instead of trying to do that by hand. We're at 11 and a half minutes. I think we're probably going to pull it in another minute. You want to do another little quick check? That's okay. We'll let it go for another minute, minute and a half, and then we'll pull it from there. Sure? Yep, you can try it. Okay, you can wait till 13. Italian ices, if you pull it on the thicker side, you don't have that big of a chance to leave product behind like you would ice cream. So if you do pull ices a little bit thicker, it's not going to be as thick and stuck to so much as an ice cream would. Perfect. So just turn off the refrigeration, and then you'll just open this. Hold on. That's the bad one. This is the good one. So leave it down, open that, and then just slide it back and forth. But we were going to do it in that, weren't we? That's okay. We can repack. Mm-hmm. I'll take that and you can put them in these, what's left. And I'll scoop it for you.